Hello and welcome to this new series that I'm starting on using the SpringBoot framework to make web applications and hosting those on Heroku. Now, the reason why I really like the SpringBoot framework and Heroku is just because of how easy it is to make an application and then push it up onto this hosting platform, and it's free. And the reason why this excites me is because you can make a proof of concept application and have others test it out and use it all for free. So to show you how easy it is, let's just go ahead and start. My favorite way to start a Spring Boot application is to use the Spring initializer. You can just go to start.spring.io. And so we're going to do a Maven project in Java. And instead of demo, I'll name it Hello World. There are a couple dependencies that we'll need. First would be web. We'll also do security. So that's provided by the framework to give us user profiles. And then next you just hit generate and it will give you a zip file in your downloads. So in Eclipse, I've already started my workspace. You can see where I have other projects that I have going on, but I've created this Hello World workspace. And this is where we are going to bring in that zip file that we just downloaded, except first we've got to extract it. So we'll do extract all. We'll copy this path, just extract it directly there. Okay, so now that the files are there, we need to import this into Eclipse just by going to File, Import, and then under Maven, you'll want to do existing Maven projects. And just browse and click that directory that we just extracted. And finish. And then you'll see that that Spring Initializer website generated all of these files for us to get us going with our Spring Boot application. So next, we'll want to run, but first we need to do a run configuration. So under Spring Boot app, right click and do new configuration. And then there's this project drop down, select Hello World, and then search for main type, apply, and we're ready to run. And you can see the output here. And it is running on port 8080, so let's go look at that. And you can see we get this cute little login page, and that's provided by that security dependency that we used that provides us user profiles. Now that we see we have a running application, we want to push this to Heroku and see it hosted on that platform. So go to your Heroku account. So under applications, you'll want to go to new and create a new app. And we'll call this Hello World, and you'll see that it's already been taken. So we have to give it a unique name because the way that the URL is going to be, it's going to be the name of your app.herokuapp.com, and that's where anybody's going to be able to access this. So just to make it unique, I'll just use my channel name. And create app. So now we need to push our code up to this. That way Heroku can build it and host it for us. And there are a couple options. One, you can use the Heroku command line interface to just push it directly up to Heroku, and it will automatically build it and start hosting it. You can do other things like push it to GitHub first, and you can do integration with that where you then can deploy from there. And that's really nice because that will allow us to create a staging environment, a production environment, which I plan to get into later on in this series. Today, we're just going to use the Heroku CLI just because that's easiest, and you'll need to install that, and it gives you all of the commands that you need to put in to push it up to Heroku. Very easy. So I've got PowerShell open, and let's move this over. Okay, and so you'll need to log into Heroku from this, and it'll launch a actual browser window for you to log in. I'm already logged in, so I'm going to skip that part. And then you want to change directory to your project. I'm already in there, so you can see all the files. And so next would be to initialize this as a Git repository. And then we want to add Heroku as a remote. And then we want to add all of our pending files. And then we're ready to push to Heroku. Actually, no, we need to first commit our changes. And I'm just going to give that a description of initial commit. Now we're ready to push to Heroku. So you can see it just moved on us with updated information. So if you go to the Overview tab, you can see that I just deployed this just now. So now we're ready to see our application that is now being hosted on Heroku. And you just go to Open App. And you can see we got our login window. And here is the name of our application that we gave earlier. And it's at .herokuapp.com. So very simple to create this Spring Boot application and push it up to Heroku. It's something that gets me excited because I can just easily make this application and I can host it for free. I didn't have to pay for anything. I can have friends go there and use it and tell me what they think. And there's a lot of other things you can do for free. You can link up free databases to your application. And you can do continuous integration with Heroku. So a lot of options, again, that I plan to get into later in the series.